Good day, everybody. We are back again. It's myself and Shakes Manqoba Ngwenya. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. We are doing the show called TBR Solution Sports Program. You know that during lunchtime, we talk other sports news. Shakes, where do we start? Welcome the viewers, and where do we start so that we can immediately start?
Good day, Saubrey, and I greet all the listeners of our show.
Yeah, where do you start today? There's a whole lot of things. We can talk about Jingles Pitso Mosimane, very important. We need to talk about that. I wanted to talk about that because he coached you at some point. And then we saw our teams, CAF, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns. We need to talk about that. Let's touch a little bit on Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know what's happening at Kaizer Chiefs. It's a little bit worrying. Chiefs is a big brand. Not only Chiefs, Silos, what's happening? TS Galaxy, they're doing well, but they're on the bottom of the log. I'll show the log. They are the last team on the log. I know that they're looking forward. They want to get things going. And then Benny McCarthy, I don't know what's happening this year. It's a little bit tough. But the difference is not much, but we'll talk about that. There's quite a lot. EPL. EPL is very interesting, especially top four. Top four. That's what I'm interested in. Top four. Man United. What's happening at Man United? Those are some of the news that we need to talk about. Don't forget that tonight we are starting with the Champions League. Very important. Very important. So we're going to enjoy ourselves again. Shakes, let's get started. Start with Jingles. Pitso Mosimane.
Yes, Saubrey. I can never get tired of talking about Pitso Saubrey. He represents what I call black excellence, you know. It's been a long time before we've seen somebody who represents us at an international stage like what Pitso is doing right now, you know. I mean, after a long time, Al Ahly have not been getting a medal in the Club World Cup, but with Pitso, they are now a medalist, bronze medalists, and he did that with a thin team because most of his players were at the AFCON. So you really need to give credit to Pitso. He is taking our flag and putting it in the international stage. You know, I was looking at some of the pictures from the awards where he received his bronze medal, and the Chelsea guys were there as well to receive their gold after winning in the final. And you know, the amount of respect that they are showing to Pitso. I saw Tuchel go to Pitso and really congratulating him and giving him that notice, you know. And players like Kante, players who won the World Cup, giving him praise. So there's no reason why us South Africans should not praise Pitso and give him all the glory, because he is the best coach in Africa, and he has shown it now once again. And, you know, it's disappointing sometimes, Saubrey, when you hear the comments on your Facebook, how people do not want to give Pitso that credit that he deserves. It's not about whether you are Kaizer Chiefs, Pirates, or Sundowns. In fact, even the Sundowns supporters, you know, some of them, they like to downshine his achievements, but you can't, Saubrey. We are a nation here, and Pitso is raising the flag in an international stage. You have to give him the credit for that. And I think Pitso can even go further, you know, after Al Ahly. We need him in our national team, but I'm sure there will be offers for him everywhere else because he's an achiever. He's a winner. He's done it since the days of super sports, and I really respect the man.
Yeah, Shakes, I, personally agree with you. Pitso has done well. This is my wish. I may be wrong. All right. If there is any team that I wish Pitso to coach now, who can solve their problems, and because of his character, it is Kaizer Chiefs. Currently, I'll tell you why I'm saying this. Kaizer Chiefs, yes, Stuart Baxter was correct in one of the press conferences to say, Chiefs are undergoing the same scenario as Man United are undergoing. All right. Look at Man United. How many coaches have they changed? Now the question is it the coach or something else? All right. And Chiefs, that similarity is true. How many coaches have Kaizer Chiefs changed? You know why I'm saying that? I know I don't undermine Arthur at all. I would prefer Pitso to be the head coach and then supported by Arthur Zwane and Dylan Shepherd. Arthur and Pitso, they've known each other for a long time. They played together at Cosmos. Arthur is showing a whole lot of brilliancy. He's going to be a great coach. Umanget. Why I'm saying that, I know Pitso, no one will interfere with Pitso.
That's true.
Why am I saying Chiefs and Pirates? I'm not saying there's interference in those two teams. But I know Pitso will want to implement what he wants to implement. For these two teams to revive the glory that we are used to, because these are big giants. But although I'm happy with Pirates, I see the sign of revival. They're doing well. Mandla is trying. But with Pitso, there will never be interference. I'm not saying there's interference, but I'm following what is happening. Joe Mosono once said, I'm better off, I'm coaching my team. Everybody's coaching. But they don't want to say it. And no one challenged that statement of Joe Mosono. If I'm not mistaken, he said, in the exception of Kaizer Chiefs, said the rest, they interfere. And no one came out and said, Jomo is, what he's talking is rubbish. You understand? Now, that is in that background. I'm saying, because yes, Arthur can be given the head coach, but I'm worried whether there will never be any interference. Because I'm worried about Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs is a big team, and then it's like Morocco Swallows. We want to see Morocco Swallows coming back. Do you understand? You need such coaches to be at the helm, and so that there's no interference at all. That's my wish. As much as Brakit was saying, I wish he go to Man United and all that. I think that some of the English team that could be, that's our wish, but we know it's not gonna happen. You know it. Pitso have said it before. For me, if Pitso leaves, the next team, either Chiefs or Pirates, and do what Pitso is asking. And Pitso is pro locals. That's my argument, Shakes. I may be wrong. Remember, I may be wrong. You played football. I never played football at highest level. I played at amateur level. No one can even recognize that. Yeah. So do you understand what I'm saying? That's my opinion. That's my opinion. If Kaizer Chiefs, they really want to revive themselves, get Pitso, team him up with Arthur Zwane, let Pitso be given a free room, a free reign, no interference. Yeah. And Kaizer Chiefs or Orlando Pirates will come back. That's my opinion. Shakes, let's move on. The CAF, give us the news there.
CAF Champions League, we saw Mamelodi Sundowns take on Al Hilal. and winning there with a thin margin, 1-0 margin. We still remember we're still in the group stages, so a win is a win. It's good enough for Sundowns, even though it was not their best performance. They were not prolific. They didn't score as much goals as they could have, but they got the results, which is good for Sundowns. And we also saw Amazulu take on Raja Casablanca. Very tough game there for Amazulu. I mean, you got to understand, Prasobri, that they are learning, still on the learning curve when it comes to African Championship. Raja Casablanca are a name that's always been there for years and years. So they didn't do too badly there. And we hope they can come back and turn that around. We also saw who else played? Orlando Pirates. We saw Orlando Pirates. They got a great result in their game, which is good for them. I think it will be good for their confidence also going in the league. So yeah, those were the three teams that were in action.
Orlando Pirates, I think a big up to Mandla Ngigazi and the other guy. I forgot his name. Pardon?
Padlu Davids.
Yeah. They've done very well. We can see now what's happening. And I can see that the coming back of a Lodge has added some spark. And then I heard one of the publication once said, I think it's Gold, that Hoto is the most important player for Pirates. Remember, Hoto is a striker, but Pirates can use him in the wings because other players are not there due to injuries, due to the lack of form and so on. But he's very workaholic. I was very, very much impressed. And then I also think that when Vincent Pule comes back, Amapakane are going to be very, very strong. So I see something coming up. While I'm still there, I saw something people are saying Benny McCarthy might go to Orlando Pirates. I don't know how true is that. And I don't know, Benny could do well at Orlando Pirates because Benny is another one who's not going to accept any interference. He's a very promising coach. But at the same time, I'm happy as he continued to nurture Amazulu. Because Amazulu, they are a sleeping giant. Amazulu, these are like our culture, our cultural team, our big teams in the past, your Moroka Swallows. We want them to rise, not to say we don't want to see new teams like Royal AM, TS Galaxy doing well. But it's always nice to see the former, the old teams. If you go to England, you'll always have Man City, you'll always have Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea. They form the core of the country's football. So that is why I'm saying Ben is doing well there at Amazulu. And then I wish he stays there. But I believe if he can join Pirates, he will do well. So those are some of the things. Now, let's talk about, what is that? The Champions League tonight. And I just want us to touch on few games. We have PSG against Real Madrid. We have Atletico Madrid against Man United, and then Liverpool against Inter Milan. So maybe let's start with Atletico Madrid and Man United. What's your take there?
Okay, Prasobri, that game, I don't think it's tonight. Man United are playing Brighton tonight.
Oh, they're playing Brighton tonight. Or maybe it's the other week.
Yes.
Okay.
No, yes, it's fine. The following week. So this week we've got the big one. The very big one is the PSG up against Real Madrid. And then we also have Sporting of Lisbon up against Man City. Those are tonight's games.
Yeah, I know you love Man City, you love Guardiola. So I'll allow you to talk about that one. I wouldn't talk about that one because Sporting, honestly, is gonna be a walkover. Hence, I wanted to look at Real Madrid and PSG. But talk about Pep Guardiola. I know you love that one. Where do we start? Do you want to start with Pep or do you want to start with Real Madrid and PSG?
Let's start with the big game, the two giants, PSG versus Real Madrid. I mean, that's going to be a big game, Prasobre. That is when now you're going to see the Lionel Messi, the best player in the world, rise because he's playing against Real Madrid. I mean, it's a big game. Real Madrid are the form team right now, so it's going to be interesting to see how PSG will fare at home against a Real Madrid team, which is quite on form at the moment. It will be interesting to see the likes of Messi, Verratti, the likes of Mbappe, if they can get one over Real Madrid. I believe that these quality players will rise tonight against Real Madrid. You know, the league in France is not so competitive, so to be able to keep your high standard of playing is difficult. But then when it comes to the Champions League, this is where these players rise and they want to be seen because they are the best players. And it's going to be interesting to see Mbappe against a team which they are saying he's going to Madrid. It's going to be interesting.
Sorry, Shakes, I think you got cut a little bit. As you are talking about Real Madrid and PSG, yeah, it's one of the big game tonight. And the news are saying, unfortunately, Ramos, he seems as if he's struggling with his fitness, so he won't be playing tonight. Because I would have loved to see Ramos and see how was he going to play. And the other thing that is really worrying for that game, Neymar is back. He started training on Monday with the team, but I'm not sure prior to that whether he was training alone. As a coach like Pochettino, what are you going to do? Are you going to play Neymar or you, because he's just fresh from injury, which kept him for so long? Or what are you going to do? Are you going to bring him late? And I'm sure he said Neymar is eager to play. He's hungry to play. Of course, a player has not been playing for too long. Of course, he'll want to play. So I don't know. If I were Pochettino, I wouldn't play Neymar tonight. I would leave him outside, and then a little bit later, and then bring him on, maybe like the last 20 minutes. Yeah, the last 20 minutes. I would bank on that one. Give him warm up, because there was no warm up for him, and then it's gonna be very difficult. Shakes, I see that you got cut. So I was just talking about Pochettino, that he's gonna struggle. We understand that Ramos is not gonna play due to injury, and then and I would have loved to see Ramos. How was he going to play Madrid? Ramos is a very competitor all the time. And then Neymar is back. We were told that he started training yesterday with the squad, so probably trained before. What would you take as a coach? Would you play Neymar for this game? Because this is a big game, and you are playing home. What are we going to do?
Yeah, it's a big game, Prasobri, but he hasn't.
I see the network is giving us a problem there, Shakes. Yeah, you wanted to say it's a big game, but he has not been playing for too long. Of which that's a fact, because if he haven't played,
because
yes, Shakes.
Yes, I'm saying just to have him there on the bench will be a good motivator to also the other players. But to start him in a game of this magnitude, I think will be killing him in a way because he hasn't played in a long time. I mean, in football, you need that match fitness to get back to your best, you know. So I believe he's not ready yet to play 90 minutes from the beginning. But obviously, he's a quality player, one of the best players in the world. He's got that magic, and he can turn the game at any time. So that quality you need on the bench, because he can come in and take that set piece. I believe he's one of the best set piece takers in the world, you know. So Neymar's a very important player, and it's good to see that he's back training with the team, and hopefully he will start playing soon.
Now tell me, if you are a coach, I hear that you're going to start him at the bench. How many minutes will you give him?
Prasobri, depending on the game, on how the game is unfolding, you know. But ideally, I do not want to give him more than 30 minutes on the field in a game like this on his first game. So ideally, I think 25 minutes to 20 minutes just for him to get back and get the feel of the game, depending also on how the game is going, because everything is determined by how the game is going.
I lost you a bit, Shakes, but it was not on your side. It was on my side. I had a little bit challenge with the system here. All right. So I hear what you are saying. So probably you could start him, give him some minutes. I thought I would give him 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20
yeah,
minutes.
I think
20
minutes is
20
enough.
is too much. 15,
Yeah.
10, but I would give him 20 because you want to win, at least when you are playing at home. But I'm worried about PSG. PSG, they worry me. And I saw one of the group, I'm a group of people who follow Messi on Facebook, and some person raised, I think it's from overseas, raised the point that I always raise, that they don't play Messi. They outplay him, and that is their mistake. He said, this guy was saying they don't pass him, but Messi does pass them. Messi creates for them, but they don't create for him. And that is their downfall, to be honest. All right. And then if they continue that way, and then unfortunately, I don't know whether Pochettino is not a strong coach enough. He was supposed to rein in now and start talking to the players. Guys, use this play. I remember Paredes said, guys, we are not going to win if we play Messi this way. We at Argentina, we make him play. We give him the ball. So if you guys don't give him the ball, you are not going to win. And that's their downfall, to be honest. Now let's talk about Sporting and Manchester City.
Yes, Prasobri. It's not going to be an easy game. There's no easy games in the Champions League, Prasobri. On paper, it looks easy, but I'll tell you, if you watch the game tonight, it's not going to be that easy. But obviously, Man City and the philosophy there and the coach and those players are really hungry. You know, they're hungry to win the Champions League. They fell short in the final hurdle last season to Chelsea's to Tuchel's Chelsea. So I'm sure Pep Guardiola, with the type of ambitious coach he is, he wants to make sure that he gets to the final again this season. It's not going to be easy, but we will see. Obviously, like every game, Man City will dominate possession because that's how they play. They dominate the possession, and yeah, I mean, if Man City can score an early goal, we might see now a rampage. But Sporting, I'm sure they will keep it tight and want to contain Man City, and yeah, it will remain to be seen whether they can do that for 90 minutes, because Man City just keep coming at you. You know, you've got your Mahrez, you've got your Sterling now, who's hitting form, who just got a hat trick. You know, you've got your Kevin De Bruyne, who can pick a pass from anywhere. You know, they've got the quality really to go all the way. They are my favorites once again to win the Champions League.
Shakes, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Pep Guardiola is the only coach in the whole world who, well, we don't see the Brazilian football or South American football, who does the rotation very well. Many coaches are struggling with that thing. Because when the players come in, they were not playing last week, you see them struggling. But Pep, you know, has kept everybody motivated. How difficult it is. You are a player.
Yeah.
You know that today I may play, today I may not play.
Yeah. I mean, like you saying, Prasobri, Pep is a master at that, you know. And you know, you need a lot of depth in the team to be able to rotate the team like that. You need depth, you know. Sterling was not playing just a couple of months recently. Sterling was on the bench. He was out of favor. He was coming in last 10 minutes. Last week, he scored a hat trick starting with the game. So I think it takes a coach with a big coach to be able to keep the players motivated and to make them understand that we're playing for the team. You know, you're not always going to be playing, but you are a pivotal player in the team. So you must always be ready, you know. We see it also with Sundowns sometimes, the way they rotate their squad. You need the depth in order to do that. You need the depth in the squad, you know. And Man City have got that depth in the squad, so which is very important.
As much as you said Sundowns, you know what I didn't mention. You know, I don't see Chiefs as a bad team. You know, something is lacking, but they are coming. That's how I analyze it. Sundowns, well, they're an all machine. You know, it shows that those guys are spot on. You know, Ralane is doing well. Ngwenya, you know what? I don't know what to say now about Sundowns.
You know,
oil machine.
Yeah. Sorry, Prasobri, to cut in there.
Yeah.
You know, Prasobri, we talk about Sundowns and we say they are an oil machine. And you hear a lot of people complaining that now Sundowns is turning the league into a farmers league. They are signing all the good players, which is not good for South African football. But what people do not understand, Prasobri, is that when we go and compete in Africa and you are competing against the likes of Al Ahly, are competing with the likes of Wydad, we are underdogs when we're playing against Al Ahly. So Al Ahly are signing players for 70 million. So people must understand that the level of competition in which Sundowns is competing in, they have to get the right players and that depth, because we are playing Champions League, we are competing in every competition, the Nedbank Cup, the league. So you need that depth. When it comes to Africa, you need the depth to compete with the likes of Al Ahly. We are underdogs when it comes to playing with Al Ahly. So we can't say we are up there.
Shakes, I'm gonna jump straight to the Messi special in the interest of time. I just want to share something that I told you about, whereby I said, okay, as usual, Messi and Ronaldo. This year, I know you don't like me when I do this. This year, this is what is happening. I mean, when I refer to 2022, Messi has already scored 3 goals. And remember, Messi is still struggling. And then 7 assists. Ronaldo has scored 2 goals and then 1 assist. And this is the picture. This is the picture that is happening there. And then here is the thing that I wanted to share with you to say, this is very interesting. I see players who used to, like Casemiro. I thought this guy hates Messi. All the Madrid players are starting to come out now and start, acknowledging that Messi is great. So Casemiro says, if you love football, you love Messi. And Messi is a very funny player or funny character. Remember the rivalry between Brazil and Argentina. Since the days of Pele and Maradona, the rivalry is strong there. But the Brazilian squad, the current, they love Messi. They really love Messi. The majority of them, they really love Messi. This is very, very interesting. Remember Ramos came out and said, hey, this man has punished me. I want to play with him now. So, yeah. And this is the person that I was referring to. He says, Messi is a great playmaker, but they keep ignoring him when he's in the right position to shoot the ball. He creates a lot of chances for others, but they don't create any chances for him. That's the reason why he is struggling to score. And that's true. There are games that I watched that Messi could have scored easily 3 hat-trick. But, they just ignore him, that's when I feel now that Pochettino is not a very strong character. If it was Zinedine Zidane, Zinedine Zidane will respect. I'm sure you would call them to order. But if you ask me who should be the next coach to coach Messi, it's only Guardiola, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I know Guardiola does not mix his words. He loves Messi. And that's what Messi wants. Messi wants to be appreciated, that's all. And with Guardiola, Guardiola has made it clear to everybody. And now, looking what is happening now, I'm of the view that probably Messi could have gone to Man City and play under Guardiola again. That's my view. That's my view. Because I knew Guardiola was going to tell them that, you know what, you don't touch him, just watch him, let him play, And that's it. That's our Messi special to this afternoon, Shakes. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. I like your analysis, I must say. And then I hope that one day the bigger station will be able to grab you. It won't be nice for me to lose you because you're adding value to my show. But I wouldn't stop you, to be honest. I want your growth. I want you to grow. And I'm impressed, and then keep up the good work. And then we are watching. We are watching. We are watching.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Saubrey. I mean, it's only your platform that's giving me that opportunity to improve all the time. It's really helping me, and it's giving me that confidence. So I really appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I just hope we can grow as the big R and push that following and give people the proper content about the sport of football.
You know what? That's all I wish myself. I just want to grow. I don't want to join anyone. I just want us to grow. That's all. And then I'm sure it will happen. It will happen. It's a matter of dedication, patience, and working very hard. I appreciate your time. Time is valuable. I always tell people and say, people don't understand. Money is not money. Don't look at the carrots. The real money is time. Time. So if you don't handle that one very well, Shakes, the last one, tournament, Manqoba tournament, Kwacha. Is it Kwacha Fontaine? How are the preparations? How are the preparations?
Yes. The preparations are coming all right, Saubrey. we are acquiring quite a number of sponsorships, people who are interested in sponsoring. And we are just trying to also make it grow, you know, from the first one we had, and make sure that we have the proper talent to play in the tournament so that we can help the country in getting young, talented players, you know, pushing these players to get in proper development teams and get the proper development that is needed to play at the professional level. So we have a duty as ex-players to make sure that we get talent for our country. Our country is struggling in terms of development, and we can't leave it to only suffer. We also need to push in our own rights to develop these youngsters and give them an opportunity to play at the highest stage.
Shakes, so far, the former players who have agreed to be with you, who have agreed?
The likes of Clement Mazabugo are on board. The likes of Eric Ramasike are on board. The likes of Paul Njanya, Junior Kanye, Jabulani Mendu, Lungisani Ndlela. All those guys have agreed. I'm speaking to Matthew Booth now. He's interested in joining me. I've got Derek Spencer, who I'm also helping him with his tournament as well, because he's got one happening also. So yeah, I've got a lot of guys who are really supporting me, and it's the teething stages right now of the tournament. So I really appreciate the support I'm getting from the ex-professionals.
Shakes, always our doors are open for your tournament, man. We'll always be there for you. The other one that I want to give the platform, it's Thabo Matlaba, whom I'm gonna work very close with him, just like you. And then good luck. Let's go forward. Thank you very much, Shakes. I really appreciate. I must say it again. I appreciate your time. Time is very important. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasovi. Thanks for having me on the show.